Ever since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the fuse so I can bring bad news to all these crews who can't NBA jam with the shoe.
Hey everybody, welcome back to a quick beer review. It is officially November. I can't believe we're into November, which means it's Movember time. We've been doing Movember for the last, I think this is our 5th year in a row doing this. Is that right? And I think we eclipsed the $10,000 mark last year, which was amazing. So doing it again this year. We'll be taking donations. So if you guys are able to help, I mean, I can't, make any of this happen without the generosity of you guys. So I will leave a link to my Movember donation page in the description. If you're able, please help. If not, no big deal. But Movember is all about raising money for men's health, cancer. I mean, we've all been affected by cancer in our lives. So I actually just lost my cousin's husband a couple months ago, 44 years old, to colon cancer, I think it was. So just super gnarly. So this is something that's near and dear to my heart, something that I'm passionate about, helping, raise money to try and eventually find a cure. It's crazy how many people are affected by this. So if you're able, it would be awesome. Like I said, the link will be in the description of this video. So yeah, I appreciate it in advance. We are going to be checking out, I don't even know where this beer came from, but I call this Negra Modelo. I don't know if it's Modelo Negra or Negra Modelo. I'm not sure the exact way, if you say the Negra first or after. I'm not sure. This is one of my favorite beers to drink when I go. There is a Mexican restaurant right down the street from where I live, and I always have this on draft because it's like a special of theirs on draft. So I'm a fan of this beer. Excuse me. So it is 5.4% alcohol by volume. It says a medium body lager with slow roasted caramel malts, brewed for a rich, smooth taste. This is imported from Mexico. I think they do it in the United States through Chicago, but I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, I've said on previous videos that holy smokes, I'm blanking. What have I said is my favorite Mexican lager? Pacifico. I do enjoy just regular standard Modelo, but Negra Modelo is another favorite of mine. So let's do it. I figured I saw this beer in my fridge. I don't know where this came from. I don't know if this was like someone brought this over Cinco de Mayo and it just got kind of stuck in the back of the fridge. Because I haven't bought Negra Modelo in a long, long time, other than when I go out to eat. So yeah, I don't know where this came from, but it was in the fridge. So let's do it. Let's get after it. Dark beers in the wintertime, right? This isn't really like a heavy beer, but we're getting close to December, which means stouts are coming. So this is a beautiful amber, like ruby red, good finger and a half of, it's super fluffy head. It's like a off-white color, really, really tight, compact bubbles, fluffy, marshmallowy, tons and tons of carb in the glass. Let's shove our fat nose in it. Yeah, this reminds me very much, without the hops, of Sierra Nevada Celebration. It's that brown bread. Very caramely, malty, sweet. So much different than just a standard Mexican lager that you're used to drinking, Corona, Pacifico, Dos Equis. Just very bready, very malty, very sweet, very caramely. It does not smell to me like a lager at all. Cheers. It's just, there's something about this beer. It's just delicious to me. I love the sweetness. I love the breadiness. I love the carameliness. Maybe like a touch of hops, slight like kind of grassiness. But this is a beer, I think we talk about this in a lot of the regular just budget beers, shelf beers that you can get. I think this is a beer that you could give to someone who says they don't like beer. They might change their mind because it doesn't really taste like what people know as, standard lager beer. It's sweet, it's not hoppy, it's bready, there's a little bit of roast. It almost, I mean, we're getting kind of crazy saying this, but it almost tastes like a super thin, really, really light porter. It really does. I think those just deep, rich caramel malts, come through. And without having, really a hot bite, there's no bitterness to it, a sweet finish. It kind of reminds me of that, just really, really watered down, kind of, really, really thin. kind of like, like a porter. Does not taste like a lager at all from what, people think of as, macro lagers, cheap macro lagers that you get here in the United States. But just a really easy drinking, very refreshing. It's pretty dry on the finish. It's easy to drink these one after another. Something, like I said, completely different than what you're usually used to drinking as far as lagers go. But something that if you haven't tried, I think it's worth checking out. Especially if you're kind of not in love, with beer or light beer lagers. Maybe you're like a super, hoppy IPA person, or if you're a stout or a porter drinker, I think this is worth checking out. And if you know people who aren't into beer big time, give this to them, see what they think of it. It would be interesting to see, like, I don't even remember when I had this for the first time, but it was definitely not early on in my beer drinking life. I kind of wonder what I would have thought of this when I first started drinking beer, because I told the story before, I hated beer. I don't know anybody who the first time they ever tasted beer, I mean, we're going way back here before there was like amazing craft beer on every corner of every city. When you're, I don't know who's watching this, but when you're in high school and, people have fucking 40s and Mickeys and you're drinking OE and Bud Heavy, stuff like that. It's just, it doesn't taste good when you're first starting out. So if I'd have had something like this when I first started out, I kind of wonder what I would have thought of it. It's good stuff. Again, not my favorite Mexican lager, but a fun change of pace and something that's definitely worth your time, I think. I don't know where this came from. I haven't bought this in ages. I don't know what the price point on this is. This is everywhere around here. I live in North County, San Diego, so we are close enough to Mexico where I have like free reign of all kinds of awesome Mexican beer. So this is very widely available to me. I'm sure it's pretty widely available everywhere. So yeah, check it out. But I don't know what people are paying. I think this comes in 6-packs. I don't recall seeing 12 packs of this, but I'm sure you can get 12 packs of this. But I don't know if this comes in cans. I don't think I've ever seen Modelo Negra in cans. I think I've only seen in these cool little stubby brown bottles. So I like it. It's good stuff. So are you guys fans? Let's talk about it. What are your favorite Mexican lagers? I have a whole playlist on my channel of budget beers. So before you say, hey, have you had this one? Check out those videos and see if I have. If not, I wouldn't mind doing some more videos on more Mexican lagers. So that's it. I'm out of here. Appreciate you guys watching. Appreciate the donations. See you soon. Cheers.
Thank you for coming behind the bar, in the arcade, all that shit.
Ever since I was younger, I was into video games.
Somebody like the fuse so I can bring bad news to all these crews who can't